This is the live podcast with Manuel, living in full expression. Welcome to the live podcast with me, your host Manuel, and today we're solving the puzzle that stumps most new experts. If you've been following on our previous episode, you should know by now how to identify your expertise and package it for income. But here's what probably you may be asking. I know what I offer, how valuable it is, but how do I actually find the people who need it? And if that's what you're asking today, we are going to cover that in this episode. How to attract ideal clients and build a community of people ready to invest in your transformation. Because having expertise means nothing if the right people never hear about it. But when you know how to attract your tribe, everything changes. So if you're ready, let's dive into the exact strategy that turns experts into sought after authorities. Here's what most people get wrong. They think they need to chase clients and convince them to buy. That's backward. The most successful experts don't find clients, they attract them. So when you're chasing clients, you're trying to convince people they have a problem. When you're attracting clients, the right people seek you out because they recognize you understand their problems. And here is a simple attraction formula I'm going to give you. Visibility plus value plus consistency is equals to authority. I'm going to take that again. Visibility plus value plus consistency equals to authority. And authority plus specificity equals to attraction. It means you're visible, you provide value consistently, you now position yourself as an authority. And an authority with specificity will bring attraction of the tribe or the people who would automatically buy from you. So your ideal clients are already looking for solutions. They are already spending money trying to solve their problems. Your job isn't to create demand, it's to position yourself where that existing demand can find you. When you consistently deliver value where your ideal clients gather, you naturally become the person they think of when they are ready to invest. Here's what I want you to know. Before you can attract clients, you need crystal clarity on who they are, not demographics, but by psychographics. It means their thoughts, their feelings, their frustrations, their desires. These are what you need to be aware of. And here is what I need you to know and do. Step 1. I want you to know that there are 3 levels of pain mappings for every person. Your ideal client has this 3 levels of pain. And number 1 is surface pain, what they complain about publicly. And underneath the surface pain is the hidden pain. And that is what they think about privately. And then the deeper one is the core pain, which is what they are really afraid of. So remember this: surface pain, hidden pain, and the core pain. I'm going to give you an example of what this could look like for organizing coaches. Surface pain could be, I am so disorganized. But the hidden pain is, I'm failing as a mother. And the core pain could be, my kids will remember a stressed, absent mom. They are afraid their children or their kids are going to see them as stressed mothers or absent moms. Now here's the step number 3 is to do what I call the language audit. Join Facebook groups where they hang out, this set of people you want to serve. Read their posts. You need to look at what word they use to describe their frustration. What phrases come up repeatedly? How do they talk about their desired outcome? Then you use their language in your marketing. When you speak their language, they think this person gets me. Step number 3, you need to do what I call the day in, the day life analysis. It simply means you map their typical day. What's their work like? What challenges do they face? Where do they go for advice? What keeps them up at night? This would reveal to you where to find them and when they are most receptive. And step number 4 is what I call the transformation desire. What do they really want their lives to look like? Not just logical outcomes, but emotional transformation. They don't just want organization, they want to feel calm, in control, proud of their homes. When you speak to that deeper desire, your message becomes magnetic. So here's what you want to do after you've taken these 4 steps I've described earlier. Create a content that acts like a magnet that pulls your ideal clients towards you. And I'm going to give you a content management strategy you can use. I call them the 3-pillar content framework. Pillar number 1 is the problem awareness. You want to help them understand their problems better than they do. Example could be 5 signs your morning chores is affecting your kids' confidence. Remember, you've done the language audit. Now you're creating a content to bring to their awareness their problem. The pillar number 2 is solution education, where you show what's possible and give a glimpse of your approach. For example, you can say something like the 10 minutes evening routine that transforms mornings. All right, and the last but not the least is the 3rd pillar, which is a transformation inspiration. And this is where you share stories of people achieving what they want. Example could be how Sarah went from chaos to peace in 30 days. You need to now have a distribution strategy. So what do? You go where they already are. Don't try to build from scratch. Go to Facebook groups related to their challenges. Go to LinkedIn communities in their industries. Go to Reddit forums where they seek advice. And you can use the 70-30 rule, which is 70% pure value. You provide value in the community where they are, and 30% soft positioning. You help first, and then you sell second. I want you to remember this. Consistency beats perfection. It's better to post helpful content 3 times weekly than a perfect content monthly. People need repeated exposure before taking action. You need to understand that communities create connection, accountability, and social proof. So people don't just buy from you, they buy into a movement. And I'm going to give you a community building blueprint that you can use. And there are 3 levels of progression you can use to do this. Level number 1 is gathering spaces. We talked about where they gather, where they meet. Facebook groups or LinkedIn community, email newsletter with replied encouragements. You send them an email and encourage them to reply to you with their biggest challenge. You can also have a regular live question and answer sessions. Level number 2 is value added experiences. In this level, you want to do monthly challenges, group coaching calls, and virtual workshops. And level number 3 is peer connection. You can do body system, success celebration, and member introductions. So here's the strategy for your community content. You can take something like Mondays, you do motivations and goal setting, which is one of the things I do in my community as well. Wednesdays, you do educational frameworks. And Fridays, you can do success stories and wins. And you can use these engagement rules. Be present. Don't just post and disappear. Respond to their questions. Facilitate and encourage connections between members. Remember, you're building a tribe. Celebrate successes publicly. Maintain clear community standards. This is very important. So here's something you need to know. The fastest growth comes from referrals from people who have experienced your value. So I'm going to give you a referral multiplication system that you can use for this. And here are 4-step systematic approach. Step number 1 is the prime early from first interaction. You can say something like, I specialize in helping people like you get a particular result. Step number 2, create referral worthy experiences by going above and beyond. Give people something worth talking about. Step number 3 is to make referrals easy. Don't just ask. Provide exact language they can use and offer incentives. This is what I use regularly. You craft a message that reflects what you offer and you ask them to share. Step number 4 is strategic follow-up, to check in on them periodically. Remember, many referrals happen months later. So, referral request template could be, I'm working with 3 people this month who are exactly where you were 6 months ago. Do you know anyone struggling with the same challenges you overcame? So here are some effective incentives you can offer. Number 1 could be a discount on future services, free bonus sessions, exclusive resources, public recognitions, and so on. I'm going to give you a 30-day action plan that will help you sustain and build your tribe. Week 1, you could do clarity and research. In this week, you're going to complete an ideal client clarity framework to identify the people you are called to serve. That same week, you can join at least 5 communities where they gather and document their language and challenges. You can do this in week 1. And then in week 2, you can do content creation, where you create 10 pieces using the 3-pillar framework we talked about earlier on. You can set up distribution schedule, start a meaningful community engagement. You do this in your week 2. And in week 3, you can do community building, where you launch your gathering space where you want them to gather, invite your network, and begin consistent value delivery. Week 4, authority development. So here you want to share a client's success story, name your first signature framework, and then seek one collaboration opportunity. And here's what you can do on your daily activities. You can just take 40 minutes total. 15 minutes could be community engagement, 10 minutes could be content sharing, and 15 minutes could be community response. These strategies will undoubtedly position you as an authority and will attract your ideal clients. Remember this, your ideal clients are already out there looking for someone exactly like you. They are already aware of their problems, but maybe not as deeper as you would want to lead them to it. They are also spending money trying to solve them. Your job isn't to convince them they need help. Your job is to position yourself as the obvious choice when they are ready to invest. The strategies we covered, which is client clarity, content magnetism, community building, referral system, these aren't just marketing tactics, they are relationship building strategies. So when you focus on serving and connecting rather than selling and convincing, everything changes. Clients come to you, referrals multiply, your community grows, and your authority expands. So the more you attract the right people, the less time you spend convincing the wrong ones. Your expertise deserves to be seen by those who need it most. Start with one community, one piece of content, and one genuine connection. Your tribe is waiting for you. This has been the live podcast with me, Manuel. And until I see you in our next episode, keep living in full expression.